After watching the most recent state of play and seeing no Square Enix titles, I've come to the conclusion that what we really need now is a Square Enix Presents to showcase all the great games we know they have in store for us. Because I get the feeling that their next presentation will be massive. It will shock, surprise, and satisfy fans of beloved franchises like Final Fantasy as well as Kingdom Hearts. We're bound to get trailers for games we already know exist, as well as several new ones, for games they've quietly been developing in the background. Or, in the case of an FF9 remake, perhaps not so quietly. Keifi here, and today I'm going to break down the reveals and releases I believe Square Enix is saving for their next big presentation of 2023, starting with that of FF7 Rebirth. Because the next time we see any sort of presentation featuring Square, we are almost certain to get that release date we've been longing for. After all, the game is scheduled to release in the winter. We're just not quite sure when. Will it be a December Christmas release? After that in early January? Or will we have to wait all the way until February or March till we finally get to sink our teeth into it? Everyone seems to have a different answer, but one thing is for sure. As more and more weeks pass by, sooner or later, Square Enix will have to give us an update. And I think at this point, we're all ready for it. Show us a brand new trailer, a substantial one, showcasing all the new playable characters we'll get in Rebirth, like Red 13, Vincent Valentine, Cat Sith, even Sid. Show us how they play, how their movesets differ from all the other characters we know and love, and perhaps even show us what Zack or Biggs are up to in the sequel. Then end the trailer with a concrete release date to get everyone hyped for this massive sequel. While Square is showing off release dates, we certainly can't ignore that of Kingdom Hearts 4. While it may be a little too early to get an exact release date at the next presentation, I certainly would not discount getting a new trailer featuring a release year, which at this point seems more and more likely to be a late 2024 release, possibly early 2025, but really I'm hoping for that 2024 release. I'm sure most Kingdom Hearts fans are, and we need another entry to sink our teeth into. The Remind DLC, Melody of Memory, and the Dark Road finale were all pretty amazing in their own right, but it seemed everyone also opened up a ton of questions leading into the next mainline series title, like, what about Xehanort's 14th lifetime? Will he get to explore the new world of Quadratum like he wished? When it comes to Donald and Goofy, we're still not even sure if they will reunite with Sora in time for the next game to be his party members. And Kairi, it seems every time we learn something new about her and her past, we're just left with more questions than answers. In other words, we all know really nothing about Kingdom Hearts 4 yet other than its setting. So with it approaching almost a year since we got the last trailer, it seems pretty likely we'll see a new trailer at the next Square Enix Presents. One that tells us a little more about which direction the game is headed. Maybe even tells us about Sora's party members, while we explore this strange new world. I also feel we'll get a reveal of a new Final Fantasy remake or remaster at the next Square Enix Presents. Now, I'm a little less certain as to what specifically that game will be, but if you ask the internet right now, it's clearly FF9. But there are a handful of other options that do exist. A Final Fantasy Tactics remake is certainly possible. We've been hearing rumors about that for quite a while now. Same with that of the previously mentioned Final Fantasy IX. I mean, it seems every other week we keep getting leaks and rumors that strongly suggest it is being developed at the moment, at least in the early stages. But we can't assume until we get confirmation from Square, so it is just as likely Square surprises us with another remake of a mainline entry, some sort of reimagining of FF2. Especially after the success of Stranger of Paradise, don't be surprised if the second Final Fantasy game is the next to be remade. At this point, it seems extremely likely they're remaking all the Final Fantasy games up until 9. From 10 on don't really need a remake. So I feel it's inevitable that sometime soon we will get a remake of Final Fantasy II. Either something that follows up on Stranger of Paradise, Or maybe even something with a completely new style and gameplay that still manages to tell the story of this underrated second entry. So, these are my predictions of the 3 major titles we'll see featured at the next Square Enix Presents. We'll get a release date for Rebirth, a release year for Kingdom Hearts 4, and a new announcement for a Final Fantasy remake that I strongly believe will be FF2. Although, it definitely could be the often mentioned Final Fantasy IX. Either way, I want to know your thoughts. What new games, remakes, or remasters do you think we'll see at the next Square Enix Presents? Just let me know in the comment section, and if you feel up to it, maybe hit like or subscribe to help out the channel. As always, I'm Keifi, wishing you a fantastic day. May your heart be your guiding key, my friends, and happy gaming.